Ever since creation, bloody wars have been fought, using various methods. At the turn of the century, life was changing at the speed of light. Wars continued, but technological developments paved the way for newer, deadlier warfare. Perhaps the greatest military invention since gunpowder, the tank. Decades later, a new type of tank appears on the map, the mitzvah tank. Join us as we explore the motives, techniques, goals, and deployment of these weapons of peace. (1914). Europe is engulfed in the flames of war. Thousands of miles of trenches brought the war to a bloody stalemate, resulting in hundreds of thousands of casualties. The Allied forces were looking for a solution.
Goldmaßen gewähnt den Tank in Lumase, in das gut bei Koche, als sie gewähnt des Mann am Maßen von Tank die Mitzvah, die Gdusha, a viele nicht Tank die Schuss, ma schenken, als sie geworden in Lumase, hat das bei Wiesen Gole, als ist in die Zeit, am darf manchen tankischen Mitzvah.
The turn of the century was crucial for the Jewish nation too, which was losing thousands of souls to religious oppression and secular ideology. The Rebbes of Chabad and their students stood in the front line of defense of Jews and Judaism in the harshest of times. The Holocaust left the nation even more devastated. It was against this backdrop that the Rebbe assumed leadership in 1950 and began to turn the tide. He created a renaissance of traditional Jewish life worldwide. Lubavitch activism, led by the Rebbe, returned hundreds of thousands of searching Jewish souls back to their roots. The Rebbe saw this activity as a war of peace waged against spiritual indifference and used military terminology to bolster it. Following the devastating Ma'alot massacre in May of 1974, the Rebbe calls for a strengthening of the mitzvah campaigns. To heed the Rebbe's call, decorated trucks roll out to New York City streets. The Rebbe dubbed them tanks. Ever since, the mitzvah tanks have been on the front lines of spreading Judaism worldwide, often in inhospitable terrain, reaching out to lost brothers and sisters and bringing them back into the fold.
Well, as you know, those are quite different tanks. Their weapon system is not a gun, their ammunition is not projectiles, but I suggest that those tanks, those mitzvah tanks, do have a very decisive weapon, which is the spirit of Israel. And with that tremendous secret weapon of our nation, those tanks arrive on the battlefield, which is everywhere when this message has to be brought. and they bombard those targets with the right kind of munition, which is the heritage and tradition of our nation.
Chabad of Flatbush dedicated its mitzvah tank in 2010 to serve the Jews of Flatbush.
Being here quite a few years on shlichus to bring Jews closer to Judaism, I found that there are many Jews that do not take advantage of the many shuls that are in Flatbush. So we took advantage of this great method called mitzvah tank that bridges over all obstacles and reaches Jews on the street.
Und der Kind lebt mir in der Gesagt, was uns bei Maschidus, der Lehrer trägt der Mann Stein und Nase,
We reach many different types of Jews that would never even dream to come to a show, and they end up doing mitzvahs, whether it's putting on tefillin or even just asking them, "Are you Jewish?" We have no idea what that can accomplish. A lot of people appreciate the work that we're doing, the smile that we give them, the good word. Uplifts them and reminds them of their connection to Yiddishkeit, to Judaism. Stalin is gone. Yeah. Yet Nikavo, krome Bogadnavo. Yes. Very good. Okay,
this task of raising the heart of the Jewish people is the most noble, the most important, the critical task that we face today, because the most vital organ of any army is its heart, and a Jewish heart, helped by the mitzvah tanks, is one of the best and most beautiful things that the Jewish people have today.
Welcome to the mitzvah tank. My name is Ami Brownstein. I use this machine to do the Rebbe's work and spreading Yiddishkeit to Jews. But Baruch Hashem, the tank is full of action, always busy, always people coming on and off, and it's just a great addition to Kings Highway.
It's really a younger crowd that's keeping this thing going in a more major way.
Hi everybody!
The fact that the kids are coming on to put on tefillin and they're interested shows on the youth that want to connect with Yiddishkeit.
Mitzvah Tank is a pretty chill place. We come out of school, we come in, we hang out a little bit. Some guys put us in sometimes. We have some cookies and stuff. It's a pretty chill tank for Jewish kids after school. So come on out and chill with us.
I'm sure it's gonna make me get more in touch with my religion and think about it more often.
Another great advantage of the mitzvah tank is the ability to be able to reach out to non-Jewish people. Sheva mitzvahs b'nei Noach, 7 Noahide laws. This is a great preparation for Mashiach, when the whole world will be serving Hashem and fulfilling all the mitzvahs and obligations that they have. As part of our task to prepare the world for Mashiach, we got to make sure to reach out also to all the Jews that don't come to the shul, and to prepare them for Mashiach.
Robert brought Mashiach was wearing on tefillin.
The Yid that does not do all the mitzvahs, but we get him on the street and he puts on the tefillin, or he takes a piece of Jewish literature, that is his way of preparing for Mashiach, for the revelation of the Rebbe Melech HaMashiach that we're hoping is going to happen today.
Every successful infantry unit is supported by a strong artillery. The mitzvah tank needs fuel to run. To show your support so we can show your success.
Do a mitzvah today, bring Mashiach right away.
Do a mitzvah today, reveal Mashiach right away.
Do a mitzvah today, bring Mashiach right away.
We want Mashiach now.
Do a mitzvah today and bring Mashiach right away.
Do a mitzvah today, bring Mashiach right away.
Okay, you got the color of my beard?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.